Tower Hill Botanic Garden is a little over 30 years old, but we have a much longer history. We were in the city of Worcester for about 150 years as the Worcester County Horticultural Society, and they decided to leave the city and to move up to a beautiful farm on top of a hill in Boylston and create a botanical garden. The original mission of the society was to connect people with plants, inspire them about the use of horticulture, and that's exactly what we're doing today.
The exciting thing about the programs here is that they range from early, preschool, all the way up through graduate levels. Our goal is to teach them about plants and plant parts, plant structures, the reproduction of plants, pollination and pollinators, and all of those wonderful things, but primarily we're able to do that in this environment. So I've always been a hands-on educator because I think we reach more children, more learning styles. We help them to access more what's happening in the natural world. And it seems like a simple thing, but children do need to have conversations about that.
The kids are fantastic. We love having them here, and we just love to see their reactions when they come out to see the garden and see something that they have grown.
Well, what's cool about them is that they first start out as a little caterpillar and then they just turn out as a butterfly. That's pretty cool.
I love to come see bees.
We're doing a lot of outreach into the community, a lot of education programs within the schools themselves so that schools that may not be able to visit the gardens are able to learn about the environment as well.
I was really indoors last year. Once I started doing this program, I really I like going outside a lot more now.
They learn about working in the landscape and seeing it transform before their eyes. They may not even be able to necessarily describe in words what it does for them to be out here, but I think that that's invaluable for them.
We also offer such a wide variety of adult programs, everything from yoga to Tai Chi to forest bathing to botanical illustration, plant ID. What we want to promote is people learning about horticulture in our gardens, but then also realizing that nature and horticulture is a place for fitness and wellness. One thing that I'm extremely proud of is our efforts to make this a garden for all.
No matter the day, no matter where you're coming from, and no matter what's going on in your life, it is a place for you.
Tower Hill has been so positive for me because they've encouraged me to stretch the boundaries. As I learned about my own condition, about losing my sight, I realized that I could teach other people what that feels like.
One of the things that impresses me about Tower Hill, how well the gardens are maintained here. Also the imagination they have in putting into gardens and how they develop and what goes into them.
It's really amazing to see how the gardens are designed. We look around and we see different varieties of plants that capture our eye, not because of the specific little petal, but because of the overall view that we see here.
We have an excellent horticulture team who are dedicated to the gardens, and it really is a great variety of skills that this team brings to us, and you can see the results. They are just masters at their craft.
The garden is a beautiful place to come every single day, and after I volunteer, I walk the gardens and I take in the beauty that's here.
All visitors find something they love about Tower Hill, and it changes throughout the season.
The garden also depends very heavily on the volunteers that are here. There are hundreds of volunteers, and they're an active part of this community.
We could not open the doors of this garden without our volunteers. You'll see them everywhere. You'll see them at the front desk answering questions and answering phones and taking tickets. You'll see them stuffing envelopes and helping us with our annual fund.
I find community here at Tower Hill, and it's a place for me to go where I can share my love of the gardens and also meet some really terrific people.
There's so much that we can research and glean from healthy living, being outdoors, being in communion with one another, being in communion with nature. I just think this is a perfect example of what's possible.